Good evening as we welcome you to Firebirds Stadium, Week 11 action here. To start off the OHSAA playoffs here in Beckett Ridge. The Lakota West Firebirds in with a record of 6-4. Coming off a hard-fought loss against Lakota East a week ago, they look to avenge that and take it on to the next level, to the round 2, with a win tonight over the Hamilton Big Blue. Winners of their last 3, they are 4-6. And when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the opening kickoff here on Spectrum News 1. It's finally here, the second season. The playoffs begin tonight, next on Spectrum News 1. Hello and a pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be tonight. We emanate from Beckett Ridge, Ohio, as Lakota West takes on Hamilton. I'm Jeff Kim, glad to have you along for this one, this first playoff game here on Spectrum News 1. The West Firebirds come in with a record of 6-4. Hamilton, the Big Blue, at 4-6. And what is more certain than death and taxes, it may be a Tom Bolden win against Hamilton. He has faced the Big Blue 16 times. He has won all 16 times. And we'll get you started coming up here with the starting lineups in the opening kickoff when we return on Spectrum News 1. We're just mere moments away from the start of this one here in Beckett Ridge. I'm Jeff Kim, glad to have you along. The shots tonight will be seen. He'll be taken by Lucas Krause. We're glad to have you along as you join us here on Spectrum News 1. Tonight, it's the 7-seed Lakota West in with a record of 6-4, taking on the 10-seed Hamilton, 4-6, both coming out of the Greater Miami Conference. As we are just mere moments away from the start of this one, the Hamilton Big Blue, as we mentioned, 4-6. They're headlined by their head coach, RB Crouch, in his 4th year at the helm, 24-21. In his 17th year overall, 119-69. On the other side, for Lakota West at 6-4, Tom Bolden in his 7th year at the helm at 67-17. In his 19th year overall at 199-38. A win tonight would put him in rare company here in the state of Ohio. He would become the 56th head coach in the state of Ohio to accumulate 200 wins. But he still has to get past Hamilton, who he has beaten every time he has faced the Big Blue throughout his coaching career, whether it be here at Lakota West or at Colerain, where he was a longtime stalwart there. As we had mentioned in the open, in those 19 years, 16-0. Further, Bolden's teams have outscored Hamilton by a score of 622 to 152. It has not been pretty for the folks in Hamilton when coming up against Coach Bolden. The officials for tonight's ball game, the referee is Rick Henry. Joe Fetty is the umpire. The linesman is Brian Baller. The line judge, Jeff Price. The back judge, Chris Samuelson. And the center judge, Shiloh McQuarrie. Game time temperature tonight, 50 degrees. A slight breeze pushing eastward at 5 miles an hour. But as you can see, as we see Hamilton take the field, is that we have a beauty here tonight. Good skies here for this golden hour as we have hopefully a treat for you. No trick on this Halloween night. Again, good weather conditions, and it shouldn't be a factor. In fact, no chance of rain as we have it here, as we hear the strains of the Lakota West marching band in our background here. Hamilton will defend the north end, and they will get the ball first. The deep receiver will be Elijah Jones. He'll be on the right side of your screen as we look to the right here. And the kickoff will be from, of course, their stalwart kicker, Kofi Adubafor. This will be his 56th kickoff this year. He has 40 touchbacks. Awaiting the kickoff here in Beckett Ridge. And away we go. A low liner that squibs into the end zone for his 41st touchback. And away we go here in Beckett Ridge for Week 11 and the start of these OHSAA playoffs. The quarterback tonight is Jaden McLean. The running back, Andre Bailey. Dominic Southern is the H-back. The wide receivers, Elijah Jones and Jordan Bryant. The tight end, Dylan Buell. We'll give you the rest here in a moment. So Hamilton starts things off at their own 20. McLean's in the pistol with Bailey behind him. Movement on the Lakota west side. And the give, the scatter left, and a few yards, and a good start for Hamilton as they pick up a couple. The offensive line, Jet Phillips, the left tackle, Bruce Harvey, the left guard, Tyler Hale, the center, Robbie Flack, the right guard, and Braden Bailey is the right tackle. 2nd and 3. 3 defensive linemen for Lakota West, Elijah Hodge, Braylon McQueen, and Riley Newman. And on 2nd down, here's the first pass, and this one is picked off out towards midfield. Roman Combs, one of the starting cornerbacks, got it. We'll give you the starting lineups real quick here for Lakota West on defense. We mentioned Hodge, McQueen, and Newman up front. Cam Thomas, Andrew Fryer, Derek Edwards, and Judah Blair, the linebackers. Chris Bradley, Roman Combs, who just got the interception. The corners, and Colin Ogletree and Jaden Cook are the safeties. So good starting position. The ball's at the 45-yard line, and we see if they'll go up top here on play number 1. Jackson Smith is the quarterback. He starts with 2 running backs, Kenyon Norman and Braydon Johnson. The tight end is Xavier Radica, Tyson Davis, and Jaden Brogdon are the wide receivers. And the give, it's to the bigger back, and it's Johnson out to the right side for a few yards. So Norman got the carry for a few yards. And it'll bring up 2nd down. The left tackle is Lawson Robinson. The left guard, Lamarian Jordan. The center, Carter Brushaber. The right guard is Sean Simmons. And the right tackle is Brandon Stanley. So actually no gain. We initially thought that the give went to the inside back. It went to the outside, and Hamilton did a great job in staying with it, and it's 2nd and 10. And they come right again this time and into the clear. Here comes Kenyon Norman down the sideline to the 10 and out to the 5. It's 1st and goal on a 50-yard pickup. .33 defense for Hamilton. Braden Bailey, Mason Holbrook in the middle, Eckley Bridges on the defensive line, Jaden Lewis, Travion Bailey, and Tommy Southard are the linebackers. DJ Bryant, Jordan Bryant are the corners. Kenyon Dillard, Lyndon Hamid, and Chase Moak are the safeties. 1st and goal, officially at the 4 on a pickup of 51. And a very big first play for the home team to get started. We give the left side for a touchdown. Braydon Johnson, the senior running back, gets in for the first time this year after scoring 14 times a year ago. It's 6-0 Lakota West. Well, that didn't take very long. There's the kicker, Kofi Adubafor, out of the hold of Wyatt Schroeder. Good snap in place, and the kick is away, and we have a 7-0 lead here in Beckett Ridge. We'll step aside for this short timeout here on Spectrum News 1. Friday nights are for high school football, from the regular season to the playoffs and all the way to the state championship games. Spectrum News 1 is the place. Spectrum News 1, your television home for high school sports. 7-0 on a three-play drive that goes 55 yards, capped off by Braydon Johnson's 4-yard scamper off the left end. Extra point is good, and we got a brand new score here in Beckett Ridge, and yet another touchback here in the last minute of play for Kofi Adubafor. As we mentioned, a three-play drive, 55 yards. Now, the big play in the middle was the big one for Kenyon Norman that went 51, that set up first and goal, and the punch in by Johnson immediately after that. So again, 1st and 10. And this is not the start that RV Crouch wanted for his team. Down 7-0. And the give, Bailey, off the right side. Pretty good push off that right side behind Robbie Flack and Braden Bailey for a couple. DJ Edwards in on the stop to bring up 2nd down. Lakota West has an outstanding linebacking core. If you think about what you need in the middle of a defense, you think about baseball and a shortstop and a second baseman who move sideline to sideline, that's what they have here. This one, they come around and nothing doing. Stacked them up very well. Andrew Fryer, one of the inside linebackers, was the first one to get there for West. Braylon McQueen, by the way, also was the first, also in there. At 5'9", 246 pounds, a junior. And he'll bring up 3rd and long. Just a couple minutes gone on by here in this ball game. 7-0 as we go twins to the bottom of your screen and triplets to the top. They throw left, and it's nearly picked off. Intended for Elijah Jones and Cam Thomas, the linebacker, the stud, the all-state stud on that side. Denied him the pass, 3 and out. So 2 plays and out on the last drive, 3 plays and a punt here forthcoming, and it'll be Connor Stevens at 5'10", 190 pounds, a senior, about 36 yards a punt. And this one is blocked and picked up. And it'll be great field position inside the 20-yard line. Andrew Fryer on the recovery. Colin Oglesby came in there and got a piece of the leather. And Lakota West sniffing blood here in the early minutes. They'll spot the ball officially at the 17-yard line. Great field position for Lakota West. Jackson Smith is the quarterback. And they'll have a check-off again. They'll check with the sideline. The head coach, Tom Bolton's also the offensive coordinator. They go big up front. And the give, Kenyon Norman right into the middle of the pile, and a good push. Outstanding push up front. Eckley Bridges, the first one there. Jaden Lewis helped clean him up. Eckley Bridges, by the way, we mentioned his name, with 75 tackles coming into the ballgame. He's a Kent State commit, and no gain on the run to bring up, in fact, a loss on the play, 2nd and 11, a loss of 1. Xavier Radica on the right side, the strong side. I think he's got some help out there with Yasim Salam, also a tight end. So they go big on the right. And the throw out to the left side, incomplete. It was a forward pass. Otherwise, Hamilton would had the opportunity to tie it up with Braden Bailey all by himself up front. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. Jackson Smith coming into the ball game, a 63% passer this year, 118 for 187, 1,735 yards, 17 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a rating of 166.8. 3rd and 11. Twins to the bottom of your screen. And another check with me out to the sideline. Brogdon to the bottom of your screen. Inside of him is Tyson Davis, and we've got a stoppage and a timeout. 8:39 left to go here in this first quarter. West opening up a 7-0 lead over Hamilton. We'll step aside for the short timeout. Seven nothing here in Beckett Ridge. Lakota West hosting Hamilton in the first round of the whole HSAA playoffs in Region 4. That's Division I football, big boy football here in the state of Ohio. They've already got a 4-yard touchdown run from Braydon Johnson and looking to tack on inside the red zone on 3rd and 11 from the 19 coming out of the timeout. Single back in the backfield with Smith. It's Kenyon Norman. Jackson Smith gets a snap. 3-step drop. Now looking left. Flush from the pocket. Looking. Throwing down the field. Incomplete. Looked like he was trying to find Tyson Davis, who found a seam right in the middle of the field. Instead, they're going to have to kick for points.
Number 16, Jordan Ace, defending on the play.
With 8:33 left to go here in this opening quarter. And 3.5 minutes in, West is looking to go up by 2 scores. Riley Newman is the long snapper. Wyatt Schroeder is the holder. And Kofi Adubafor, who's already got an extra point tonight, kicking away. And this one up and through. From 37 yards out to make it 10-0. We'll step aside for this timeout here on Spectrum News 1. Lakota West didn't do a whole heck of a lot on their last time down on offense. 3 plays. They lost 2 yards, but they got a 37-yard field goal by Kofi Adubafor. And it's a 10-0 lead, 3.5 minutes deep into this first quarter here on Spectrum News 1. Winner of this game heads to Mount St. Joe's a week from tonight to take on the 2-seed Moeller. And Adubafor, a big end-over-end kick and a big leg, and it goes 6 yards deep into the end zone for a touchback. Tom Bolden gave plenty of praise to Kofi Adubafor prior to this ball game. Talked about the most talent that he's ever had from a kicker in his entire coaching career. That's 19 years as a head coach. Adubafor has a 56-yarder, by the way, to his credit this year. I believe that came against Hamilton back in week 4 of this season. And that is a school record. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. It's a pistol look, and the give, the end around, out to the outside. It's Jones, has nowhere to go, dropped for a loss.
Handoff was to number 13, Elijah Jones. He was tackled by number 6, Colin Ogletree.
The safety, the senior safety, Colin Ogletree, in on the stop. His 4th tackle for a loss this year, his 42nd tackle of the season. As we drop the clock under 8 minutes here in this first quarter, 10-0, West with the early lead. 2 running backs. And this is the first time we've seen that tonight. And the give to the big back up across the middle for a couple of yards. And that's Andre Bailey, the senior running back at 5'10", 190 pounds.
He was brought down by number 8, Riley Newman.
So we thought it went to the big back. It went to Bailey instead. Dominic Southern, by the way, is the fullback or the H-back in this lineup. He will line up in different parts of the offensive formations. He'll go out to a tight end. He'll line up as a wing. He'll line up in the backfield, and he's in a traditional fullback spot tonight from this early look, and now he's in as a sidecar to the quarterback. McLean, long count, gets a snap finally, and now we'll drop the pass. Looking left, throwing left, and it is complete out to the left for a first down. Good run after catch out to the 38-yard line to Jordan Bryant. His first catch of the night, his 41st of the year. And move the chains for Hamilton. They really needed that one. That's a pickup of 17 and move the chains. Another run to Bailey. Slides on by and gets open to the sideline. Has a first down and more across midfield. A good run for the senior running back, RB Bailey. Good sleight of hand. Found an alley out on that left side in the A gap and then took a step to the outside. Nobody was there waiting for him as he angled out of bounds. As he moves the ball across the 50 out to the 48-yard line, and Hamilton finally doing something here tonight. Clad in the visiting whites with the Hamilton blue and the gray trim. Southern in motion, snap, quarterback, and the give, and nothing much this time. Good to even get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard more for RB Bailey. But the good news for RV Crouch and for J.D. Vonderheide, the offensive coordinator, is they have a sustained drive for the first time tonight with 6:31 and moving here in this first quarter. 10-0 in favor of Lakota West. Change the play at the line. It's Jones to the bottom of your screen and Jordan Bryant to the top. Southern's in the backfield with the quarterback, and RB Bailey's behind the quarterback, McLean. Snap, McLean. It goes Bailey. He bounces off the line and now rolls to the right. And good pursuit by Lakota West to catch up and keep him to only a couple of yards. And Colin Ogletree, yet another stop, and he's done well, kind of playing center field tonight as a safety for Lakota West. So a big one here for Hamilton, 3rd and 8. They are 29% on third downs this year. Meanwhile, on the other side, opponents for Lakota West only completing on 23%. Deep drop for the quarterback, and now McLean looking, throwing. It's a deep ball, 1-on-1 down the field, and it's nearly picked off again. That may have been Ogletree down there, and he's been everywhere tonight. RV Crouch choosing to bring on his punting team, and with the ball out at the 46-yard line, it's too far away from the goal line to be able to think about going for it, especially on 4th and 8. Looks like it's Chris Bradley. Chris Bradley is out at the 12-yard line, about 34 yards away. Expecting a short kick on this one. And this one, looking down the field, it was a fake, and the pass is no good, and it's a turnover on downs. How about that? So a little trickeration by RV Crouch, but they come up snake eyes. And with 5:09 frozen on the clock, Lakota West will get the ball back up by a score of 10-0. So good field position again, and that has been emblematic so far in this one. In fact, if you recall the first drive tonight where it started at their own 45, this one at their own 46. They've been getting great field position to start drives tonight. Another check with me, and now Jackson Smith finally in the backfield with Norman and Johnson. And the run. So Braydon Johnson, beg your pardon. And a good one there. Pickup of 9, I believe. They're awfully close. Or they'll give them the first down. We see 2 on the other side on the down marker. But we see 1. Now we're going to see 2nd and 1 up on the scoreboard. See if we get a pass here. Looking. Smith steps up. He has the first down, and it's going to take a few guys to corral him in. Finally brought down by Lyndon Hamid, one of the 3 safeties on this team, but moved the chains for Lakota West as they put the ball at the 39-yard line, a pickup of 7. With 4:08 left to go here in this first quarter, and another check with me out to the sideline. They initially put Johnson out as a slot to the right, and now they put him back in the backfield. They come right and nothing doing. Johnson is hog-tied down there. Eckley Bridges in on the stop. This is only the 2nd game this year for Braydon Johnson. He appeared in the East game a week ago, got 3 carries, did fumble once. Star baseball player, led Brad Geschwind's team to the Final Four in the state a year ago. Played fall ball for baseball and had enough in him to go back and play some football to close out his high school career. So a loss on the play, a loss of 1. It's Norman in the backfield with Smith. Snap Smith, 3-step drop, looking right, now throws right, incomplete, and a flag coming in, I believe. I thought we saw a flag come in, as this one was intended for Norman out of the backfield, and it'll bring up 3rd down. It might have been an optical illusion from these old eyes up here in the booth. Well, we're waiting for Rick Henry to make the call. It sounds like they might have just picked up the flag. Didn't catch all of it, but it's 3rd and 11. On 3rd down, Lakota West this year at 34%. Another check with me on the dummy count. .301 left to go here in this opening quarter. Snap Smith, 3-step drop, looking, now flush from the pocket, steps up and is dropped. DJ Bryant, the cornerback, came in and made the stop. And what do you do here? It appears that Tom Bolden's content to run field position and punt it away. Despite having great field position, and it's 4th and 12 from the 42-yard line, so he would have needed the 3 for the conversion. He has opted the punt. And the punt is away. And it goes out to the sideline. I don't think it has the 20. So a short punt with 2:24 left to go here in this opening quarter. And Hamilton will get another opportunity on offense. They'll spot the ball at the 25-yard line. That is a 17-yard punt. So the good news for RV Crouch and his defensive coordinator, Matt Hoover, is they held Lakota West here offensively on the last couple of drives, even though the one before resulted in a field goal. That was really due to field position. So 10-0 as Hamilton gets the ball back. 3-step drop, throw right, and incomplete. And we have a flag out there, out at the 34-yard line, intended out there for Jordan Bryant. Combs defending, and Combs might be guilty of the contact. As we await the call from Rick Henry. He had a mic on him for the last call. It seemed to me malfunctioning, or I thought about that. And it's a silent call this time out, and it's against Lakota West. So they'll move the ball up 10 yards out to the 35-yard line. Might have been a defensive hold by Combs, which made sense as he interfered with Bryant. And the give, Bailey has nowhere to go. 2 yards deep in his own backfield. And drop for the loss. Andrew Fryer, one of the inside linebackers, in on the stop. Under 2 to play here in this opening quarter. We're moving quickly here tonight here in Beckett Ridge. 10-0, West with early lead. Twin backs in the backfield with McLean. High snap, it's over his head. He's going to have to jump on it, and he does out at the 15-yard line. I mean, that thing was airmailed, and it's a loss of 18 on the play. And if you're RV Crouch, that's one of the things that you're going to have to tune up on and hope to clean up on as this game progresses. It's now 3rd and a mile. 3rd and Sharonville. 3rd and 30 with 1 minute to play here in this first quarter as the ball's at the 15-yard line. They need the 45 for the line to gain. Look right for the quarterback, looking deep, throwing deep middle, and it is complete out at the 37-yard line, and a flag coming in after the play. Caleb Ahonen, a backup wide receiver, in with the big play, and we'll have to see what the flag is and see if Hamilton can convert. 22 yards on the pickup to Ahonen. 42 seconds frozen on the clock. And they're going to mark it off some more. So it's a late hit. And it's a first down for Hamilton after a 3rd and 30. That's a big ol' have mercy. They'll spot the ball in Lakota West territory out at the 48-yard line. So you have the tack on the late hit. Ahonen is still in the game. He's a slot to the right, up towards the top of your screen. And now he's a single up to the top as they motion Jordan Bryant back, and it's a run up the middle for a few. There's going to be a lot of ground and pound tonight for RV Crouch as we evaporate the clock here in this opening quarter. 10-0, West with the lead as we head to the timeout here on Spectrum News 1. We start things here in the second quarter. 10-0, Lakota West on the strength of a Braydon Johnson 4-yard touchdown run on the first drive has given the home team the lead, and they've got a tack on since then, a 37-yard field goal by their strong-legged kicker, Kofi Adubafor. And the West Firebirds are pitching a shutout so far. It was a shutout through the first half a week ago for Coleraine over Hamilton, and then Hamilton came back and exerted their will, winning 23-10, scoring all their points in the second half as we get started here in this second quarter, and another run play on second down. Cam Thomas in on the stop. The All-Stater Cam Thomas who came in with 75 tackles and 12 tackles for a loss. He has been a stalwart on this team for Tom Bolden. 30 seconds deep into the second quarter, and a big third down play for Hamilton. You think pass here, especially with triplets down to the bottom and a single to the top of your screen. McLean gets deep drop. The lefty throws it, and it is picked off again out at the 30-yard line. Roman Combs again. So the ball was intended for Jordan Bryant, right up the seam, and playing it perfectly was Combs. And believe it or not, this is the worst field position tonight to start off a drive for the West Firebirds with 11:10 to go here till halftime. Hamilton has looked good on defense. After the initial big run by Kenyon Norman, a couple plays deep into the offensive set for West. Since then, they've clamped down from a yardage perspective, but they're still behind by a score of 10-0. Twins with Smith, another check with me. Norman and Johnson in the backfield. They go Twins. They showed that off to start off the East ball game a week ago. Went bigger as the game went on. And they give Norman off the right side, had a space, a little clearing for a minute, and picks up 6. Kenyon Norman averaging 5.5 yards coming into this ball game per carry. 13 touchdowns on 152 carries, 823 yards. A great and outstanding all-purpose back. He has 267 yards receiving this year, too. So well over the millennium mark this year in yardage. 2nd and 4. A good start here on the first drive of the second quarter for the West Firebirds. And the quarterback keeping it. It's Smith, has nowhere to go. The little man down there, DJ Bryant, at 5'10", 140 pounds, dropped the quarterback to bring up 3rd and short. 3rd and 4. Twins on each side for the quarterback, Smith, and it's Norman behind him in the pistol. And now Norman will ride sidecar. Looking left, throwing left, complete to, and it dropped. That would have been a first down for Carmelo Jordan. Instead, he let it go, and it's 4th down, so incomplete. So what was a promising start to a drive on a 6-yard carry by Norman ends up being a 3 and out. Kofi Adobafor will punt it away. He's out at his 21-yard line. Elijah Jones at his own 21-yard line. He comes in for it, waves fair catch, and gets it at the 30-yard line. 34 yards on the kick, nothing on the return. We'll step aside and come back with the rest of the second quarter here on Spectrum News 1. Hamilton has the ball back. They're trying to dent the scoreboard. They've been held out of it so far. Down 10-0 to the West Firebirds. The 7th seed leading the 10th seed here in Region 4. McLean, deep drop, throwing. Deep left, and it's caught out at midfield. Jordan Bryant on the pickup of 20. Jaden Cook on the stop. But the first real big pass play through the air for Hamilton as they reach midfield. Right on the shadow of the 50-yard line. Southern in motion to the left, and high snap again, and this one airmailed again, and this one's still on the ground out towards the 25-yard line. That's a 25-yard loss. Tyler Hale threw the fastball. I think maybe the quarterback not looking for it, and a big, big loss on the play. Mercy. They need the 40 of Lakota West to move the change. It's 2nd and 35. 2nd and Middletown. With 8:17 to go till halftime. Deep drop for the quarterback, McLean. He sets up a screen. It's incomplete. Really just threw it at the feet of his intended receiver for Dominic Southern. And right now, if you're RV Crouch and offensive coordinator J.D. Vonderheide, maybe you go conservative. Maybe it's a run right up the gut just to preserve a little bit of clock and prevent maybe a third turnover. Though that hasn't been a hindrance, at least the second one hasn't been for Lakota West, or rather for Hamilton. Another pass play up the sideline and incomplete. Intended out there for Elijah Jones, who thought the fly pattern instead of the comeback route, and it's 3 and out. We said 3 and out, technically 4 and out. You had the big punt play, the big run play, and then the big loss as Bradley out from his 40, angles to the near side, has a sideline to midfield, down the sideline to the 40, out to the 30-yard line, and another great bit of field position for the West Firebirds. So if West scores here, they're going to give a lot of credit to Bradley for some great field position as they'll officially spot it at the opposing 29-yard line. Twins to the top of the screen, but they go big in the middle. Looks like a couple of tight ends. The extra tight end is in, Yasif Salam. It's Norman in the backfield with the quarterback, Smith. Snap, Smith, hand. It goes to the running back, and a few yards there for the running back, Kenyon Norman. The outside linebacker, Jaden Lewis, the first one in there for the Big Blue. So a pickup of 4 on the play. On the little slight counter right. Didn't look like it was really a counter from up here, but the way Norman moved left to right, shifting to find empty space, that's what it looked like. So the pitch out, it goes out to the far side. Flag on the play. It'll be a first down pending on who the flag is on. Tyson Davis, but we'll have to wait for the flag. Tonight's referee is Rick Henry, and it's against the offense. This one's coming back. So a good gain for Tyson Davis negated, and it'll bring up 2nd and long. We met Tyson a few years ago when his older brother Elijah, or Eli, if you will, was a defensive end on this Lakota West team. He went on to the University of Buffalo. Tyson, a little smaller, obviously a lot faster. He's a wide receiver. 2nd down. The hand, was it Norman or Johnson? In either case, the running back takes it across the 30-yard line. So Moak, another stop for Hamilton. And 3rd and long coming up. Salam comes out, and Carmelo Jordan, the extra wide receiver, the junior, comes on in. Another check with me. Bolden, as we mentioned, calling plays. Norman's in the backfield with Smith. Snap Smith. 3-step drop. Throwing over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for the tight end, Xavier Radica. That's the first time he looked his way tonight. Clock frozen at 5:48 left to go here in this opening quarter, and they'll bring out the field goal unit. This will be a 46-yard attempt. Easy peasy, right? For Kofi Adubafor, who's had a long of 56 against Middletown earlier this season, and that is a school record. Snap, placed, the kick is away, end over end, angling to the right side, but good. He sneaks it in inside the right upright from 46. And with 5:43 left to go here in this first half, it's 13-0 West as we head to the timeout. The OHSAA State Championships return to Canton and to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium once again. Join Spectrum News 1, your exclusive home for the OHSAA Championships, beginning on Thursday, December 4th, for coverage of all 7 title games through Saturday, December 6th. It's all right here on Spectrum News 1, your home for high school sports. A 46-yard field goal by Kofi Adubafor, his second of the night, and we'll see if he can get his 4th touchback tonight. It's a long, low-lining kick. One bounce at the 5-yard line and into the end zone, and he gets his 4th. That's his 44th touchback this year. And the value of having a kicker with a strong leg to prevent long returns is invaluable to head coaches and special teams coaches everywhere. This game had all the earmarkings of being a runaway very early in this ball game after a interception and a 3-play drive for West to make it 7-0. But give Hamilton credit. They've held West to only a couple of field goals since then. And the run for McLean out for 5 yards off the left side. McLean not really known for his ability to run the ball. He scored a couple times this year, but coming into this contest, when you think about like yardage lost on sacks, he'd only been plus 17 yards for the entire season on the ground as a running back or a rusher. Twins to the bottom of your screen. They motion Jordan Bryant back into the formation. This should be a run. It is. It's Bailey up for a few more yards, close to a first down. Should have it. Move the chains. Hamilton seemingly has figured some things out in the last 3 weeks. They had a 5-game losing streak in the middle of the season. In fact, that losing streak was started by these Firebirds. After that 5-game losing streak, they've won their last 3, and they've kept it close here in the opening minutes of this Week 11 matchup between the two schools. 4:23 to go till halftime, and we've got a stop. And a timeout. It's charged to Hamilton, and along with Hamilton, we'll step aside as well. 13-0, West with the lead, 7 leading 10 here on Spectrum News 1. 20 seconds left to go till halftime. Lakota West has a 13-0 lead over the Hamilton Big Blue. 7 leading 10 here in this opening round game in the OHSAA Division I Region 4 playoffs. I'm Jeff Kim. Glad to have you along here on this one on Spectrum News 1. Capturing the shots for you tonight, Lucas Kraus. The winner of this one will take on the 2-seed Moeller next week at Mount St. Joe's. Have you been to Delhi? That's where the game will be next week. So if Lucas and I get to follow the winner of this one, it will be out to Delhi to Mount St. Joe's. They motion Bryant back to the line. 3-step drop. Quarterback, a deep drop. Home run ball, incomplete. Out at the 30-yard line, a one-on-one ball. Elijah Jones out there, and he was matched up with Chris Bradley, and Bradley got the better of him. There is a flag on the play. Flag's at the 40-yard line of Lakota West. That was a well-designed play by Hamilton. Well, Bradley did get the better of the wide receiver, but he's also guilty of pass interference. And they'll move the chains on this one, and that's the reason why he got the better of him. Chris Bradley has been something else here in this season. He led the GMC, the Greater Miami Conference, in interceptions this year with 5. And they'll move the ball up to the 46-yard line with 4:13 to go. Actually, the 47, beg your pardon, the 47-yard line. They motion Jones into the backfield. And now he'll move him out to the left, tighten up that line. And now the end around back to Jones. It's a option pass down the field for Bryant. He gets it out the 20-yard line against a double team. Some razzle-dazzle for Hamilton. A 34-yard pickup. Jordan Bryant on the receiving end on a receiver pass down the field by Elijah Jones. And for the first time tonight, Hamilton's in the red zone. With 3:44 left to go till halftime. Pistol look. The check with me out to the sideline. They motion Southern to the middle of the line. And the throw over the middle, too tall. Intended for Jones. They see one-on-one on these opportunities, and they know that Elijah, at 6 foot tall, 155 pounds, can go up and get him. So no problem with a high throw by the left-handed quarterback, but it's incomplete. So razzle-dazzle on this drive as Hamilton tries to muster up some offense against a very stout defensive lineup here for Lakota West, only having given up 140 points all year, and that includes the 42 they gave up to Lakota East a week ago. When you really then think about it, 98 points in 9 weeks. That's just over 10 points a ball game that West had given up. Flush from the pocket is the quarterback. He throws. McLean does, and it's out to the sideline, incomplete. Really a throwaway ball intended for Jones. The young sophomore, Judah Blair, defended it very well, and he's been getting a lot of notice from the recruiting circuit, just a sophomore. 3rd and 10, and what do you draw up here if you're RV Crouch and J.D. Vonderheide, the offensive coordinator? It's Southern split out as a lone receiver to the right. This is new. 3 to the top, looking up the middle, and now the step up. The throw by McLean. He lost the ball. It's out, and it's recovered by Lakota West. Another turnover, the 3rd one tonight for the Firebirds.
back by number 1, Cam Thomas.
Cam Thomas came up with it.
By number 8, Riley Newman.
Or did they? We have some confusion. West defense had been out on the field, stayed on the field, and now they're coming to the sideline. And now we also have a flag.
And a flag on the play.
By the time we were looking up, Rick Henry was pointing the other way, and West has recovered.
Carolina takes over 1st and 10.
That's a third turnover tonight by Hamilton, and that's why they've been held out of the end zone. Down by 13. Another check with me here for Smith to start off this drive from the 15-yard line. Coming in the near side, Tyson Davis dancing along the sideline for a few yards, and a late flag coming in.
We're calling it Tyson Davis with the ball carrier.
Like it come in from the umpire, Joe Fetty.
Flag on the play.
Tyson had run the ball only 5 times prior to that last carry, so we didn't expect a lot coming from him. The flag came in from the offensive backfield, and they're going to back up the offensive team. So a hold on the left side of the line, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 5. So West needs 95 yards and 3:08 to get another touchdown on the board, up by 13-0. Smith, another check with me. Three-man front for the Big Blue. The defense has played very well tonight, looking to blitz off the corner. The throw comes to the right. Davis out to the 10. Out towards the 20-yard line. So good job for West to get themselves out of the shadow of the end zone. Tyson picks up 14. He played in 7 games prior to coming into tonight's action. Injured for 3 of them, but has looked very good here, scoring a couple of touchdowns a week ago against the East. 2nd and we'll call it 6. They need the 25 for the line to gain with 2:30 to play here in the second quarter. Again, they show another blitz, and coming off the left side, and another first down. Kenyon Norman came off the left side where the blitzer had been. Jaden Lewis had come on in, and he came right inside of Lewis and got the first. Lakota West outscoring their opponents in the second quarter by a score of 89-33. This has been Hamilton's biggest scoring quarter of the year at 68 points, but they give up 65 points in the second quarter this year. Deep drop with time, throwing left and complete out at the 37-yard line. Jaden Brogdon gets the reception. Jaden with 21 receptions coming into this ball game, averaging 18 yards a catch and 5 touchdowns this year. He moves the chains up to the 37-yard line. 1:37 to go. Smith looking, steps, and breaks contained, and now will be dropped out at the 29-yard line. Riley Newman, beg your pardon, Eckley Bridges. The Kent State commit with another tackle for loss. Smith dropped again. Back back inside the 20-yard line. Lyndon Hamid, out of his safety spot, came in on the dead run and dropped him for another loss, a loss of 8. And a timeout with 53 seconds left to go. Here in the closing minute of this first half, we'll step aside 2 here on Spectrum News 1. We're in the final minute of this first half, 13-0. Lakota West has the lead, but they're marching backwards on 2 tackles for a loss by Hamilton, who has played defense very well here on the road here in Beckett Ridge. 7 leading 10 here in this one. The winner of this one will take on Moeller, the 2 seed here in Region 4. That'll be at Mount St. Joe's a week from tonight. Twins to the near side. It's a run off the left side. Norman dancing forward and out of bounds, out across the 24-yard line. A pickup of 5. Aiden Turner, the backup defensive back, pushed him out of bounds, escorted him out there. And with the ball at officially the 23-yard line, it'll be a punting situation. Elijah Jones out on his 38-yard line. Awaiting another punt here from a Dubofor. Low liner. Jones retrieved it out at about the 34-yard line and was quickly dropped there. Riley Newman, it looked like, who is a long snapper on this team, as well as a defensive end, in on the stop. Or is it Combs? It looks like it was Roman Combs with 39 seconds left to go. Let's see if there's another tricky play, some razzle-dazzle again for Hamilton. They were able to get the ball down the field on a big 50-yard pass. Receiver to receiver from Jones to Bryant. And they go triplets to the bottom of your screen. And the run right. Nothing much there for Bailey. And let's see if they just let the clock go. The clock is frozen at 32. Well, we have a timeout. Lakota West has called for the TO, and we'll hold things right here. Other games going on tonight in Region 4. A lot of GMC action. The 9 seed Mason at 5-5, taking on Fairfield also at 5-5. They are the 8 seed, so it's an 8 versus 9 game. Oak Hills, the 11th seed, on the road at Lakota East. 4-6 are the Highlanders, and the Thunderhawks are at 7-3. And it's a 5-12 game right now in the ECC. Winton Woods at 8-2. They are the 5 seed. They take on Little Miami in with a record of 3-7. The last entrant in to this tournament here in Region 4. Top seed, by the way, in case you want to know, the top seed in Region 4 this year, Elder. Perfect in 10 tries this year, and the number 1 team in the state. Out of the timeout, it's 2nd and 13. They motion Bryant back across the line, and the quarterback running with it. McLean throws it, and is it picked off again? It is! A 3rd interception tonight, and this may be 6. No, it won't be. And a good return. But Chris Bradley gets his 6th interception of the year. He thought he had the angle to the sideline, but he was dropped there by Eckley Bridges. And it'll be another opportunity now for Lakota West, and they were very smart to get that last timeout in. With 21 seconds left to go here in this opening half. So the ball's at the 34-yard line. If you do nothing here, but hold the ball still at the 34, it'll be a 51-yard attempt for a do-before, and that's within his range. Deep drop with time. Smith steps up, throws left, complete to the left. Not quite a check down, but the sideline play goes to Tyson Davis. Another catch for Tyson. Or did he not get it? We are obscured on the sideline. He didn't get it, so it's second down. So incomplete. 15 ticks of the clock left to go. Well, you'd like to give a do-before a little bit more room, or something a little closer to the goalposts instead of a 51-yard attempt. Deep drop for Smith. Throws down the middle and incomplete. Intended for Jaden Brogdon. Brogdon had the deep middle. And Chase Moak, the junior defensive back, in on coverage. And he'll bring up third down. With 11 seconds left to go, you have one timeout. In fact, both teams have one timeout. So you can look something for the deep middle. And if you get something in the intermediate range, it'll be a little closer attempt for a do-before. With 11 ticks left to go. Snap Smith, 3-step drop. Now 7-step drop. Looking, sets up the screen. It goes to Norman. Out to the right side. Out to the 20 and inside of it. And you need a timeout here with 4 seconds left to go. Hamid on the stop and another timeout. And it's charged to Lakota West. That's their third and final timeout here in this first half. To set things up here a little bit more on the situations that'll come up here in this one, as we mentioned throughout this broadcast, the winner of this one will take on Moeller. That'll be at Mount St. Joe's in Delhi next Friday. Elder will host the winner of the 8-9 game. That's the Mason Fairfield game going on right now. St. X, the 3 seed at 7-2, they'll host the winner of the 6-11 game, Oak Hills and Lakota East. And they're going to go for points. And a timeout. It's charged to Hamilton. And that little bit of grace by RV Crouch, by the way, will allow us to complete our playoff scenario with Princeton, the 4 seed, the winners here in the GMC this year at 8-2. Coming off the bye, they'll take on the winner of the 5-12 game. That's Winton Woods and Little Miami. And assuming they get Winton Woods, that's a team with state pedigree. So a 4-5 game will be pretty legendary here, we expect, in round 2 in the quarterfinals in Region 4 a week from tonight. Ball's at the what looks like the 17-yard line. The scoreboard has it at the 34. This is a 35-yard attempt for Kofi Adubafor. Good snap place. The kick is away and good. With no time left to go here in this opening half. As the field goal makes it 16-0 as we go to the break. We'll take a siesta here, and when we come back, we'll break down the first half and look ahead to half number 2. The 7 leads to 10 here in Beckett Ridge. Lakota West leading Hamilton 16-0 here on Spectrum News 1. Just about ready to start this second half. 16-0, 7 seed leading the 10 seed here in Beckett Ridge here on Spectrum News 1. Thanks for joining us here. I'm Jeff Kim. Our videographer tonight is Lucas Kraus. 3 field goals have punctuated this ball game for Lakota West off the leg of Kofi Adu and it was a short touchdown run to get the scoring started tonight by Braydon Johnson with 11:01 left to go in the first quarter, and that got us started by a score of 16-0. The kickoff is coming for Connor Stevens. And away we go to start off half number 2. Ball taken at the 5-yard line. Return man, Bradley, out to the sideline. A good return. Out towards the 40-yard line and out towards midfield.
Kickoff is taken and received by number 11, Chris Bradley.
So a nice return for Lakota West to get things started here in this third. And they'll spot the ball officially at the 37-yard line. Not much offense in the first half to speak of for either team. 31 plays to cover 75 total yards for the Hamilton Big Blue. On the other side for Lakota West, 26 plays, 113 yards. Another check with me here for Jackson Smith. Johnson will line up as a tailback in the pistol behind the quarterback. Snap Smith. And the give, it goes to Johnson. Spun around, and good to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Handoff with number 2, Braydon Johnson. He's tackled by number 28, Deacon Wilson. 3-yard gain on the carry. Second down and
Well, he was better than getting back to the line of scrimmage. He got 3 out of that. 30 seconds deep into this third quarter. So Braydon Johnson getting the start at running back to start off half number 2. Senior running back. And the give, Johnson off the right side, has the first down, down the sideline, to the 40, down to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. He's gone. 60 yards on the touchdown run. 22-0 West. Have mercy.
number 2, Braydon Johnson on the touchdown run for the Firebirds.
Once he had the sideline, he turned on an extra burner. 60 yards away for the touchdown. With 11:05 left to go here in this third, West has opened up a 22-0 lead. That's Johnson's second touchdown of the night. It's his second touchdown of the year. And what a way to open up half number 2. The kick by Adu is good. And we've got a brand new score here in Beckett Ridge. Less than a minute deep into this third quarter, 23-0 here on Spectrum News 1. Two-play drive for Lakota West that chews up 55 seconds unofficially after the kickoff. It was capped off by a 60-yard touchdown run by Braydon Johnson, his second TD score of the night. Extra point is good. 23-0, 7 leading the 10 here in Beckett Ridge tonight.
Kicking off number 17, Kofi Adu. And DRC for the big play, number 1, Andre Bailey.
Adu picks it away and a long shot into the end zone, 4 yards deep, touchback. His 5th touchback of the year. Kofi Adu leads the GMC by a wide margin in touchbacks. He had 40 coming into tonight through 10 games. He has tacked on 5 in this game. 2 quarters and a few minutes deep here into this third.
Hamilton takes over first and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
When leading at the half, Lakota West is 6-0. We'll see if they can go 7-0 this season tonight. McLean, and before he can get the snap, we've got a flag. Flag came from the defensive backfield.
Dead ball, full start, 54 with the offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
And that's the voice of Rick Henry, and we finally got his mic working tonight. First and 15 from the 15. Snap, it goes to McLean. Long shot down the near side for Bradley. Did he pick it off? He sure did. That's the 4th interception tonight for McLean. Now we have a discussion about it. So they're going to call pass interference, so take away the turnover, and Hamilton's going to keep their drive alive. That was a hell of a catch by Chris Bradley from the naked eye right up here. We've got a view of the 40-yard line, and that's where Bradley came to rest. Instead, they moved the ball for Hamilton up to the 30-yard line. Little counter play to Bailey. Has a first down as he is pinwheeled out to the 41-yard line. A pickup of 11. Jaden Cook on the stop, and nice to see no flags here on this play after we saw some dirty laundry here on the couple of first plays of this drive. 10:45 and counting here in the third. West has drawn first blood here in the second half. They motion Bryant to a wing to a left, and then Bailey gets the ball, and he is pushed backwards from the line of scrimmage. Prior to that last touchdown, West had been negative in the third quarter as far as scoring this year. 38 points, 42 given up, all on the 10 third quarters they experienced during the regular season. Tack on 7 so far, and they've got a 3-point margin in the plus side on third quarters so far this year. Loss of 2 on the last play. Lakota West showing blitz. They bring a package. Here's a long shot down the near side, and it's nearly picked off by Bradley. Had the inside edge in on Elijah Jones, but could not grab a hold of it for his own interception. Incomplete. So with the extra players coming on the quarterback, he knew he had one-on-one on the outside, and it was a fair 50-50, but Bradley had the inside edge. 3rd and 12. As we mentioned back in the last half, Hamilton is 29% on third downs this year, and that kind of accounts for their 4-6 record here through the regular season. Triplets to the bottom of your screen. Deep drop for the quarterback. McLean throws inside, intended for Andre Bailey out of the backfield. Incomplete. Bailey came in. He was hoping he'd go out, and it'll bring up a punting situation with 9:39 left to go. Stevens gets it away. This one will come to rest out towards the 20-yard line. $40 yards on the punt, nothing on the return, and with 9:30 left to go here in this third quarter, Lakota West will go back to work, up by 23 here in this ball game as they try to make their case to take on the 2 seed here in Region 4, the Moeller Crusaders. And the two schools have had quite a history with one another, typically in the region finals for a couple of years in a row. In fact, if I recall, Lakota West and Moeller had played in 3 straight region finals against one another. Moeller took all 3. Jackson Smith at quarterback. The hand to the running back, Norman, nowhere to go. So unlike what we saw on the first drive of the second half, Hamilton The front line showing a little more gusto here on this drive. Loss of 1.
2 yards off on the play. Second down. And 12.
Another check with me out to the sideline. As we melt the clock under 9 minutes here in this third period. West is in control. We got a long touchdown run by Braydon Johnson, his second of the night, just a few moments ago. And the hand of Norman, trying to weave his way through out towards the 25-yard line. Picks up pretty good yardage on second down.
He was tackled by number 28, Deacon Wilson, and number 9, Lyndon Honey.
So we'll bring up third and manageable with 8:26 to go.
Third down and 5.
Twins to the bottom of your screen. It's Tyson Davis in a slot to the right inside of Jaden Brogdon. Norman's in the backfield with Smith. Snap Smith. 3-step drop, looking right, throwing right to Tyson Davis. It's incomplete.
Pass intended for number 5, Tyson Davis. It was incomplete.
And it'll be 3 and out.
Number 4, Jordan.
We mentioned that Hamilton and Lakota West play in the same conference, the Greater Miami Conference. It was won by Princeton for yet another time, and for I believe now the third time in a row in the conference after Lakota West had a nice run of 4 years of their own.
Receive for the big blue, number 13, Elijah Jones.
Ball's at the 26-yard line. A do before. Will face a twin safety look. And it's Jones. Actually, no, it will be Bryant. Bryant from the 31 spun around and gets a return of 2, maybe 3. Jordan Bryant and Colin Ogletree, one of the starting safeties, in on the stop.
Lyndon Hamid, who was tackled by number 16, Owen Herring, and number 6, Colin Ogletree. Hamilton takes over first and 10.
7:42 left to go.
James D. Bell, please report.
And the ball is at the 34-yard line. We'll call it the 34. They motion Bailey, and they empty out the backfield, and they play it outside to Bryant. Bryant stuck, now tries to matriculate up forward and gets a couple of yards
Jaden McLean to number 4.
on the little half-hearted screen to the outside to bring up second down.
He was tackled by number 6, Colin Ogletree.
It had been a very tough
D. Bell.
first half for Jaden McLean. 3 interceptions. He was 3 of 12 in the first half for 58 yards. On the other side, Jackson Smith was 3 of 11 for 41 yards. The passing game has been tiny here in this ball game. Even under good conditions. Game time temperature was 50 degrees with a very slight breeze. And another run to bring up third down.
On the carry for the big blue.
Andre Bailey has
By number 1,
had an outstanding year by any kind of thought or measure, averaging 5 yards a carry. He came in with 1,228 yards and 11 touchdowns and caught the ball 12 times out of the backfield. When it's all said and done, Andre Bailey will be remembered for having a very good year. Trips to the bottom of your screen on 3rd and 8 with under 7 to play here in this third. Deep drop, throws, and now it's Bailey. Another catch, his 13th of the year, and he gets it across the 40 out to the 43-yard line. I think you have to go for it here in this situation. Down by 23, and you bring up 4th and short.
by number 6, Colin Ogletree.
Hamilton this year on 4th down, 32.7%. Defending on 3rd down, Lakota West is 39%. On 4th and 2 with 6:20 to play here in this third. They need the 44 for the line to gain on 4th and 2. They motion Bryant back to the line. Movement And it was clear that Lakota West at the top of the screen was offsides. Were they drawn off or not? And it appears it's going to be encroachment. Judah Blair, the sophomore, guilty, and it'll be an automatic first down. So a little bit of good news for the Hamilton Big Blue, trying to get a drive together. They had one back in the first half where they got the ball down to the Lakota West 15, but turned the ball over on a fumble. One of 4 turnovers tonight for the Big Blue, and when RB Crouch comes back and watches this game afterwards, those are going to be things that he'll look ahead to next year and try to change. And the pass play up, and it's caught. And close to a first down for Elijah Jones.
He was tackled by number 11, Chris Bradley. First down, Hamilton.
Bradley out of his cornerback spot, made the stop, but not before they moved the chains. 1st and 10 out at the 43-yard line. McLean throws out. It's Bryant out to the right side again, and this time he is stopped after about a 2-yard gain. And then maybe Ogletree again.
He was stopped by number 6, Colin Ogletree.
Pickup officially of 1. Bailey, a little step to my Lou, comes back to the left side and gains a few yards to bring up 3rd and short.
He was tackled by number 33, Andrew Fryer.
Fryer on the stop for the Firebirds. The linebacking core accounting for a ton of tackles this year for the Firebirds. Coming into this ballgame, Cam Thomas with 75 out of the linebacking core. Andrew Fryer with 71. DJ Edwards at 77. They really go and get them from the middle part of the field. On 3rd and 4, and Bailey started left, came back right, and got the first down.
He was stopped by number 1, Cam Thomas. First down, Hamilton.
So another conversion for the Big Blue, and they hurry to the line. Triplets to the left, and now McLean looking. Deep ball to the right side, and incomplete. Intended for Jordan Bryant. Had a double team, but got behind the defenders.
Number 4, Jordan Bryant. It was incomplete.
Second down. Well, if Hamilton has any hope, they need a score here on this drive.
Depending on the play.
Again, they go triplets to the left side. Southern, the H-back, the part-time tight end. He moves out to a slot to the left, and then they go full on the left side, and now we've got movement. As Bailey was moving left.
Dead ball, full start. 54 now open. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
That's the left guard, Bruce Harvey. It's a big line for Hamilton. Chet Phillips, the left tackle, at 285. So is Harvey, who stands next to him. Tyler Hale, the center, at 280. Robbie Flack, the right guard, at 280. And the small fry of the group is Braden Bailey, the right tackle, at 240 pounds. 2nd and 15. Ball's at the 37-yard line. They need the 22 for the line to gain on 2nd and long. The blitz, and now Bailey eludes the first wave but can't get past the second wave. He had a jitterbug back to the left, and that's some great catch-up by the Firebirds defense. Judah Blair and Cam Edwards, beg your pardon, DJ Edwards in on the stop. Loss of 3, back to the 40-yard line with 3:20 left to play in a fast-moving third quarter. Triplets to the top now. And it's Jones all by himself to the bottom of your screen. Looking right, throwing over the middle, and it's complete to Bryant out of the 25-yard line. That's a pickup of 15. And they hurry it up. It's 4th down. Ball officially at the 26-yard line, so they push him a yard back after the reception. And they need 4 yards. They need the 22 for the line to gain on 4th down. A big play here for Hamilton. And locked up. Bailey is locked up. Cam Thomas, the All-Stater, in with the stop and another turnover on downs. That's a second TOD tonight. So a 5-minute, 12-second drive goes nowhere on a turnover on downs, and Lakota West can salt this one away with a score here after the turnover. Twin running backs, again, it's Braydon Johnson and Kenyon Norman. The big night has been had by Johnson by proxy of scoring. He's got the 2 touchdowns in this ball game. The other scores have come on field goals by a do before. Hamilton showing blitz. Deep drop and the throw to the right, and it's out to Norman. And he makes the 35-yard line, the 30-yard line, beg your pardon.
Number 3, Kenyon Norman. He was tackled by number 12, Aiden Turner. 2-yard gain on the pass.
The backup defensive back, the junior Aiden Turner on the stop. Officially a gain of 2 as they push the ball up to the 31-yard line after the reception. Under 2 to play here in this third quarter. Again, this one moving fast since halftime. And a run. And it goes to Norman. Into space. Has a first down across the 40-yard line. Awfully hard to bring down in open space. Eckley bridges at the bottom of that pile, but not before they move the chains. A pickup of 11. And West starting to exert some will. They've moved the ball fairly well tonight despite some inefficiencies. It's just they've not been able to punch it in, but they've been the beneficiary of getting some field goals by a do before. Snap Smith, 3-step drop, looking, home run ball for Davis. He has it out of the 20 to the 10. Goodbye! 58 yards on the hookup. 29-0 West. Have mercy. With 1:04 left to go, we're on the verge of a running clock. That's the first touchdown tonight for Smith, his 18th touchdown pass of the year. And after getting 2 touchdowns against East a week ago, there's a touchdown for Tyson Davis, his 8th of the year. A do before on the conversion. And with 1:04 left to go here in the third quarter, we got a brand new score. The 7th seed West leading the 10th seed Hamilton 30-0. We'll step aside for the short timeout here on Spectrum News 1. Three-play drive, 71 yards. It takes a minute 26 off the clock, capped off by the 59-yard hookup for the touchdown. Smith to Davis. The extra point is good. And we have a running clock with a minute to play here in this third, 30-0. End over end. And another touchback, the 6th tonight for Kofi Adubafor. I'll tell you what, if not for the histrionics by some of the other players, we just saw Davis score from long range, and of course, Braydon Johnson also had a 60-yard touchdown here in the second half tonight. If not for them, maybe Adubafor is our player of the night with the long field goals and, of course, the 6 touchbacks. So we do have the running clock as we evaporate it down to 13 seconds. Should be a final play of this quarter. The hand Bailey. He runs into a wall right up the middle where Braylon McQueen is hanging out. And that's the final play of this third quarter in a dominating performance by the 7th seed Lakota West, leading by 30 as we head to the timeout into the fourth quarter here on Spectrum News 1. $30-0 as we start the fourth quarter here in Beckett Ridge. Lucas Krause is your videographer tonight. I'm Jeff Kim. We thank you for joining us here on Spectrum News 1. And we have a running clock after the last touchdown. That may be the exclamation point tonight for Lakota West, a 59-yard catch and run by Tyson Davis. On 2nd and 8, the give. Bailey has some room to the outside and has a first down. Bailey a little slow to get up, but he's all right. He'll come back into the lineup. So we've taken 30 seconds off the clock and moving to a logical conclusion here in Beckett Ridge. Bailey again with the carry. Oh, and he tried to go up over top a defender and was good to get 5 yards on that one. Cam Thomas in on the stop for the Firebirds. They'll improve to 7-4. Hamilton on their way to closing out their season at 4-7. Their 3-game losing streak, or winning streak, beg your pardon, will end tonight as they motion Bryant back to the line. And the quarterback to throw. McLean throws it up high, incomplete. Intended for Jones, right at the 50-yard line. Roman Combs, who's made his presence felt at cornerback tonight, to defend him. So if you're unaware with the running clock rules, even on incompletions, the clock will continue to melt with a 30-point margin. It's a rule that you see in high school here in Ohio. It's not something that you'll ever see in college. I think there's just too much money out there in college to allow that to happen. Twins to the bottom of your screen. Bailey another carry, zigzags. Started A gap and went back right gap behind Robbie Flack, and he gains a little bit on that one. By the way, we mentioned Robbie Flack's name, and we don't know the ages of Robbie's parents, but Robbie, short for Robert, and you think with the last name like Flack, you think Roberta Flack. Now, the fact that we haven't made any jokes about Killing Me Softly tonight or Set the Night to Music is to our credit here as we bring up 4th and 2. I did mention that to RV Crouch prior in a few days ago about Robert Flack and Roberta Flack and the name similarities. He did laugh, but RV and I are of a certain age. The punt is away. Bradley out at the 26-yard line, comes backward, now looks for the sideline, and will be taken down out at the 30-yard line. Corralled very well by Quaylen Hamilton. We'll see if we get a new lineup here with a big score advantage. Ball's at the 30-yard line. We do see a new quarterback in there. Wyatt Schroeder. If I recall, he's completed 4 passes on the season in mop-up duty this year. The hand to the running back off the left side. Flag on the play, and the running back continuing to move up towards the 45-yard line. Braydon Johnson, the touchdown maker. He's got 2 of them tonight, but the flag on the play came from the defensive backfield as we continue to melt the clock down at 8 minutes to go. Rick Henry, center of your picture, continuing to confer. Well, the mic is no longer working, so that's been a chronic issue tonight, but it's against Lakota West. As we melted 45 seconds off of that, just waiting for Rick to get us a call that he couldn't use through a faulty microphone. Or let's call it a chronic microphone. So they'll put the ball back at the 15-yard line. Whatever it was, we didn't see anything overt in terms of unnecessary roughness. It may have been unsportsmanlike conduct, in which that's a word to your mother. But it's 1st and 25 out of the 15. They need the 40 for the line to gain. And Johnson again up the middle, showing some gusto. He's got fresh legs. In fact, he had come back into the lineup last week for the first time all year after playing some fall ball from baseball. He's a baseball star. Hit .425 for Brad Gushwin last year as Lakota West went to the Final Four in a couple different sports, but this one went for baseball. His future's in baseball, Johnson's is, and he's a commit to University of Dayton, just about 30 minutes up north. A pickup of 7. Hamilton showing blitz off the sides. And Schroeder he gives. It's Johnson again. He swings out and gains a couple more. But as a continuing point on Johnson, he's got fresh legs at a time where in Week 11, fresh legs just don't exist for any football player. You've run, you've practiced. And by the way, speaking of which, after giving up 42 points a week ago, there was a lot of running this week by Lakota West. So they were motivated not to run more for the coming week, and they've proved it here by pitching the shutout with 5:20 left to play here in this ball game. Johnson again. Has momentum, has the first down. Did we say the first down? He made the 30. He still needs 10 more yards to go. So the first down marker, beg your pardon, is at the 40-yard line. He picked up 9 on the play, and they're going to punt it away. Lakota West on their way to face Moeller in a meaningful playoff game a week from tonight in Delhi over at Mount St. Joe's. Elijah Jones at his 35-yard line. Aduba for kicks. Actually, it'll be taken by Jones. It will be, and he had it initially. Still spun around, reverses track after coming right initially, and gains a few more yards, close to about the 38-yard line. With 4 minutes left to go. Right now, if you're Tom Bolden, all you want now is to run out the clock, make sure your kids stay healthy. An uneven effort tonight, but it was punctuated by big plays. Very big plays. 59-yard touchdown run by Braydon Johnson, or beg your pardon, he had a 60, and it was a 59-yarder on the catch and run by Tyson Davis in the third, and that really broke the game open. The long ball down the sideline for Bryant, out of the sideline. Did he have a foot in bounds? No, incomplete. Out at the 35-yard line.
Incomplete, out of bounds.
With 3:13 to go. So no trick. It's been quite a treat tonight for Lakota West in pitching the shutout. Defense has played awfully well tonight. Now, they've also benefited by 4 turnovers by Hamilton this evening. Closing minutes of this one here in Beckett Ridge. Bryant motions back into the line and out to the left side. And Bailey again for another carry.
Number 1, Andre Bailey, the ball carrier.
So for this Halloween, on the subject of high schoolers and what it means and what we remember from our youth is that they're going to remember this game here in Lakota West for a while, because this one will be the last game they'll play here at Firebirds Stadium this year as a 7th seed. They'll be on the road with a new playoff structure, and there's really no hope for them, barring some miracles, losses by the top 4, and the big pass play to Bailey, caught over the middle, out to the 40-yard line. That's a pickup of 20. So they're going to remember this game for a while here at Lakota West. As we're in the closing minutes of this ball game, want to say hello to Ginger Swire Clark, who celebrates a birthday today, my sophomore buddy. Here's another pass play out to the right, and this one caught by Bryant out to the 23-yard line, and it's complete. It's a catch, a pickup of 16, and Hamilton trying to get on the board in the late minutes to close out this ball game. Want to also say hello to my good friend Will Dayton. We'll see you tomorrow. Will, you're getting married to your better half, Kayla, tomorrow, and I can't wait to see you in Nashville for that one. Congratulations. Pass play down the middle, incomplete, and nearly picked off in the end zone with 49 seconds left to go. Zion Starr, who also wears number 2, Braydon Johnson wears 2. He's a senior defensive back, closest to it. And we're down to 35 seconds. Hamilton trying to get on the board one final time here in 2025. McLean throws it for the end zone, and it is incomplete. Nearly picked off with 13 seconds left to go. Intended for Jones, but incomplete out on the sideline. And that's going to be the last play of this playoff game here in Beckett Ridge tonight. A whitewashing for the Firebirds. Winners tonight, 30-0. A complete defensive effort tonight by the Firebirds. They got a couple of long touchdowns in the third to salt this game away. Kofi Adubafor was also big tonight with 3 field goals as Lakota West improves to 7-4, and Hamilton falls to 4-7 to end their year. West will move on to the quarterfinals a week from tonight. They'll take on the 2-seed Moeller at Mount St. Joe's. The game tonight took 2 hours and 14 minutes. And we'll give you a scoring wrap-up here. As it turned out, the game-winning score came very early in this ball game. A minute deep into this contest, it was a Braydon Johnson 4-yard run off the left end, point after good, off a 3-play drive after a turnover that took 24 seconds, and with 11:01 left to go in the first quarter, it was already 7-0. Adubafor with 8:29 left to go in the first made it 10-0 on a 37-yard field goal. He made it 13-0 with 5:43 left to go in the first half on a 46-yard field goal, and then he capped off the first half with no time remaining to close out the first half, a 35-yard field goal, 16-0 at the break. The final scoring came in the all-important third quarter tonight. It was a 60-yard touchdown run, capping off a two-play drive, 46 seconds off the clock. It went 63 yards. The touchdown went 60 from Johnson. Point after good by Adubafor, 23-0. And the final score tonight, the capper, the proverbial cherry on top of the sundae. It was a touchdown from Smith to Davis on a catch and run for 59 yards. The point after by Adubafor, good. That capped off a three-play drive that went a minute 26. And with 1:04 left to go in the third quarter, that made it a running clock at 30-0. And Lakota West sailed from there. Again, our final tonight, 30-0. We want to give thanks to our entire crew here at Spectrum News 1. Tonight's executive producer, Rob Coons. Our coordinating producer, Jeff Hitzman. Your videographer tonight was Lucas Kraus, and I'm Jeff Kim, and we're glad to have you, and thank you for being with us here tonight on Spectrum News 1. We'll see you next week, as if we're going to stay with Lakota West, we'll see them against the Moeller Crusaders at Mount St. Joe's. 30-0 again the final, as Lakota West improves to 7-4. Hamilton falls and ends their season at 4-7. For Lucas Kraus, I'm Jeff Kim. We bid you good night. So long from Beckett Ridge.